Remember those Danish cartoons? The controversial depictions of the Prophet Muhammad sparked riots around the world. And in this country, a human rights complaint after the Western Standard magazine chose to reprint them. But now that complaint is being dropped. The Muslim leader who launched it saying it all got out of hand. Carolyn Dunn reports.
Once more on newsstands in Denmark, those cartoons published again to mark the arrest of a man charged with trying to assassinate the cartoonist who started the controversy. The Danish media's defense of free speech is now at stake, Lisbeth Knudsen, the paper's editor-in-chief, says. We should make a clear statement. The first printing of the cartoons sparked riots and violence around the world. The Western Standard was one of just 2 publications in Canada which reprinted them, setting off a decidedly Canadian battle, a complaint to the Alberta Human Rights Commission. Former publisher Ezra Levant videotaped himself testifying, letting the commission know exactly what he thought of its hearing.
You're a thug. Your whole company's a thug. I do not seek to convince you, because to do so means that I grant you some moral authority.
Levant posted the video on the popular website YouTube. Now, Imam Syed Soharwardy has decided to drop his complaint. The whole thing, he says, had gone off the rails.
People were looking at Ezra Levant as a martyr of the freedom of his speech. And he was manipulating this whole debate and on personal attacks and taking this into a different direction, which I do not want.
End of story? Not for Ezra Levant. He's preparing an abusive process lawsuit. He's not mincing his words as to why.
I just want to teach a lesson to any fascist out there that you can't abuse our legal system, you can't abuse our democracy, you can't abuse our rights. It's not about the money. It's about telling that little fascist that he's not in Saudi Arabia anymore and he can't take pot shots at publishers with impunity. And
Levant says he may well name the Alberta Human Rights Commission too. Civil liberties advocates say this is about hate laws they see as broad enough to endanger freedom of speech.
As pleased as I am that the complaint here has been withdrawn, it's more important that this particular law be withdrawn.
The Canadian Human Rights Act says it's discriminatory to communicate anything that is likely to expose a person to hate. Critics say that's too vague and they're trying to change it in Parliament. And if necessary, they say they'll go all the way to the Supreme Court. Carolyn Dunn, CBC News, Calgary.